What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some of the dumbest things that Americans have ever said. So today, I want to take a look at some examples of the stupidest things that my fellow Americans have actually posted on the internet. And I know that we get a pretty bad reputation here in the United States for saying really ignorant things. So today I want to take a look at these and maybe try to set the record straight by talking about how dumb these Americans really are. So let's take a look at these, starting with this post where an American said, "Make America great again." Oh boy, okay. So they said, "Everybody make your house red, white, and blue?" What? Oh, did they think they're gonna start some kind of trend here? I don't know if this looks as good as they thought it was gonna look. It looks kind of strange. And also, just kind of, I can't help but think the Make America Great Again, like this is a MAGA person, obviously someone who's a big Trump supporter. And it seems like in the US, Trump and MAGA and the US flag have become like synonymous. Like putting up an American flag is almost interpreted as a political statement, which is honestly kind of a shame that the American flag is like synonymous with Donald Trump rather than just America in general. So that's kind of annoying too. And then somebody commented saying, "Viva la France! Viva la..." Oh my god. Oh my god. They turned their house into the flag of France. They don't even know. Oh my god, this is too perfect. What? Because isn't this exactly the flag of France? Like blue, white, red? It's funny because, oh my god, I didn't even realize that for until someone pointed it out. But this is not. This doesn't look like it represents America or Trump or whatever they're trying to do. It looks like a French house, like the flag of France. It's funny because a lot of Americans, especially like ignorant Americans, probably don't even know what the French flag even looks like. Like, this person has no idea there are other flags that are red, white, and blue. A lot of Americans don't even know that. So that's actually really funny. Kind of a fail on their part. Okay, let's keep going. Table of four that, quote, absolutely loved their meal and service, tipped $200 on a $3,000 check. Oh my god. How are you spending $3,000 on food, for one thing? Like, what restaurant is this? This is crazy. Anyway, okay. So they tipped 200 on a $3,000 check. This is just like rich people things. This is hard to like relate to. Just as I was starting to unlearn my hatred for the French, they turn around and do this? Why? Another French reference. That's random. What does this have to do with France? The other one was like a French flag by accident. This is like. So, this is an American who is a waiter. And here in the United States, if you're a waiter or in the customer service industry, in the United States, you expect a tip. That's like whatever. You know, I don't really like tipping. It's annoying, but it is a part of American culture. And we tip. And you are expected, when you're at dinner, to tip like at the smallest, probably 15% if you're being nice. But you can go all the way up to like 20% or higher, really. So this American is angry that the table spent $3,000. Oh my God! What kind of food did they get? Was it? I'd feel bad eating food that was that expensive. I would feel bad. Anyway, so they're complaining about a $200 tip. For one thing, that's nothing to complain about. You're just, to be honest, like for serving the food and talking to them, like earning $200 from that is really, really good. And you must work at a very fancy restaurant. So it sounds like you're making very good money, but they're complaining. I guess it was a French person who left the tip, I guess. That's random. The American is complaining about a $200 tip. That's probably really funny for people outside of the United States, because I know we are very serious about our tipping, probably too much so. And in other countries around the world, I think like tipping is totally optional, or you don't even tip, right? In a lot of places, right? So for $3,000, 15% would be like $450. Oh my God. So this person is complaining that they left like a 7% tip or 6% tip instead of a 15% tip, even though it's hundreds of dollars of a tip. This just kind of illustrates how kind of stupid American tipping culture is, and maybe how entitled some of the service people are. It's just kind of dumb that in America, people depend on tips to survive rather than the restaurant like paying them a salary or like a livable wage, an hourly wage. It's kind of weird. This is a very strange post for many reasons. Like the tipping is stupid, how they calculated it, and how ungrateful they are is also pretty dumb. Okay. Next is a post where someone said, "Dear Richard Osman, for the love of literature, please stop including random brand names in your books." Richard Osman, I don't think I've like read anything by him, but I think it's like a British author, I think. Americans have no idea what you're talking about. Just say white bread, sparkling water, cigarettes. It's getting very disruptive to the reading process. What? Wow. No way. This is why people have a problem with Americans, I think. The entitlement. Like, this is a British author writing books. So it's going to have British references. It's going to have British things. And this American is complaining that it's ruining the book, that there are British things instead of American things, as if everything should be American. It's really sad because this is like an opportunity for this American to like get a little bit of culture or learn about like maybe British culture or references and kind of enjoy that. Instead, they're complaining that it's not American enough for them. Unbelievable. This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. Let's keep going. This person posted, it's probably my American-centric brain. Oh God. But why would a country decide to make a currency where 1 penny USD is worth 263 units? What? Vietnam uses something called dong. What can I buy with 1 dong? Can I even acquire 1 dong? Oh my God. This American doesn't understand, like, currency and conversion rates, like converting currencies and that the exchange rates. This American has no concept of that. Maybe Americans are just bad at math, but it's also like a cultural thing, like never using other money from other countries. So I see a little bit why they're confused. Like, it is strange to look at. like that $1 equals 26,000 Vietnamese dong, but that doesn't. You could reverse it, just as easily. You could have one Vietnamese dong, which sounds completely reasonable to us Americans, and that is like 0.0000000035 dollars. So from their perspective, it doesn't make sense. Our currency, you know what I mean? Like, and it just means that in Vietnam, well, honestly, it sounds like they've had a lot of inflation. If their base number is this high, like for the value of $1, if their base is like starts at 20,000, they've had a lot of inflation, I would think. Or it's just normal for them to talk about money in terms of thousands rather than tens or ones, or like Japan has yen, right? Isn't like 1 yen like $0.00001? Like, but Japan isn't like poor or inflated or anything, right? They just have a different system. It's just like, yeah, where when they buy stuff, they talk about, oh, that's going to be 10,000 dong, and that's normal to them. To us, $10,000 sounds weird for like a hamburger. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's sad because it's like you have to think a little bit about it to understand, but it's not like you have to be a genius. So I don't know. I just feel like the average American should be able to understand this stuff. I don't know. Maybe we just like didn't explain this in school enough, or it also has to do with our lack of like being aware of other currencies and stuff, I think, and being used to converting and things. Anyway, I'm making excuses. This is another American who said, "Nice try, but slavery is illegal. It has been since 1865. And then someone responded saying, United States laws certainly apply all over the world, don't they? Oh, I see. So the American is saying, slavery can't exist anywhere in the world because it's illegal in the United States. Dude, just because something is illegal here doesn't mean it doesn't happen in other parts of the world. And unfortunately, there are parts of the world where there is still slavery, very much so. It's horrible. Then they responded saying, I'd like... Wait a minute. This is the American responding, saying, I'd like you to show me the exact line in the 13th Amendment that says, this only applies to the United States? What? 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 Oh my God, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. This is the worst one, I think. And there's been some pretty bad ones today. You think, oh God, this American seriously thinks, that because in our Constitution, it doesn't say, oh, it only applies in the United States. You think that means every country in the world has to obey the U.S. laws and the U.S. Constitution? Are you kidding me? This is the dumbest thing of the day. Without a doubt, this is the dumbest thing by far. So by that logic, we have to obey every other constitution all over the world if they don't explicitly say that they are for that country. Is that right? Is that what we're saying here? This is, I don't even know what to say about that. I think that American might be beyond helping. Let's keep going. Jeez. This is some kids jumping in a puddle, I guess. They say, so an American commented on this picture saying, I hope they have good insurance. Before I get downvoted, stacking crates for kids to jump off of is inherently dangerous. Oh my God. Buzzkill. Get out of here. Oh my, what? Calm down. They said, for a daycare to do this is reckless. If Georgie in the yellow there slips and gets hurt, lawsuit. This is such an American like mindset. Only in America, I think, are we so like there are so many things that we don't do in the United States because we're afraid of getting sued, including letting our kids have fun. It says I'm all about kids jumping in mud puddles, but this is the worst daycare owner's worst nightmare. They're going to get sued. Yeah, if you sue them, why don't you just like relax and also in the United States, we are very, very overprotective of our kids. I learned that when I did a video reacting to European playgrounds, and you guys let your kids just do more and like experience life and get in trouble and jump off crates, and it's good, I think. Whereas we get worried about it and we say, "Oh, we're gonna sue you if my kid gets hurt." Like what? That is such a bad thing in American culture. It's like that guy who bought the cup of coffee at McDonald's and spilled it on himself driving home, and then sued McDonald's because like they claimed that they didn't know the coffee was hot or something. It's just stupid. Like Americans we really ruin it for ourselves, like a lot of stuff. Anyway, not go on a rant or anything, but there we have it. These are certainly some of the dumbest things Americans have ever said on the internet. It's embarrassing that they even post this, but I think it's kind of good to take some time and, be aware of it and kind of talk about how dumb it is and acknowledge. And not all Americans are like this, I have to say, but I did my due diligence by kind of pointing out the stupid things that some of us say, I think. So that's good. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these crazy, stupid things that Americans have said. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.